Right, I thought I'd just note, I mean, we've had a lot of ups and downs this year with the weather and some plants sort of failing to come back. But we'll just do a success story. So this is what we're looking at here is the Spanish Reed, Orondo Donax. And this is the variegated form. And this is the probably, like I say, I walk down the garden every day, and this is it's easy to overlook because it's so high, and you tend to sort of look at stuff at eye level, but really is done well this year. It's probably the best year for, just due to the fact that I live in one of the drier parts of the country, so we're normally very dry in the summer, but this year we've had quite a lot of rain, so that's obviously helped. Not particularly high temperatures, but the moisture definitely helped. Yeah, definitely the best crop we've ever had, as it were, from these. And these are well over 3 meters, 3.5 meters. These are actually taller than the old ones, so they're done rather well. And basically all the ones you can see with, I can't even reach them, with this nice new variegated foliage, they're all new this year, because believe it or not, that bushy thing there is exactly the same plant which pretty much sort of got damaged and died off. So that I would say they're pretty hardy, and they can be evergreen if it's not too cold. But what you all find is you get lots of little shoots come out the sides rather than just one nice stem with big leaves. So yeah, looking at it first glance, you think, oh, you got bamboo grown in with your Spanish Reed. Well, no, it isn't. It's just the Spanish Reed. I suppose it's a survival thing. When they get damaged, they send out lots of little shoots. So if that chain drops down, all them little shoots will turn into new plants. So I've done a video on propagating these before, and that's exactly how they do propagate. They fall over, and every node will produce a new plant. It's really easy to propagate. And I might do some next year, and what I'm going to do is any canes that do get damaged by winter and start sending out lots of little shoots, I'm going to cut them off. I just want the new, fresh, big foliage, not the little scruffy looking stuff. And I'll cut all them back and probably chuck most of it and propagate a bit as well. So yeah, just a real success story for this year. Again, just down to the amount of rain we've had, which is very unusual for this part of the country on the Suffolk coast. But yeah, really pleased with that this year. And I suppose it did take a couple of years. If you get a small plant that you see in the nurseries, they do take a couple of years to bulk up, but once they've been in the ground for a bit, they really do reward you with decent size. And like I say, I couldn't really give you an actual official height on these, other than the fence is 6 foot, and that's well over 8 foot above the fence. So yeah, I'm going to say at least 3.5 meters. So really good plant. You know, very different to your bamboos, and in my opinion I like them a lot more than bamboo. I have got some bamboo at the front as well, which is in a raised trough, so it can't escape into the garden. But the Spanish Reed is planted in the ground, and it's not invasive. Yeah, that'll spread a little bit, but you can obviously just easily cut that back. The roots aren't, you're not going to send out a runner like 10 foot away like bamboo will. These will just stay in a clump, and you can thin them out easily according to how you want the plant to spread. So yeah, really good success story. Last year we had the hottest, driest, one of the hottest, driest years on record, and they still actually grew quite well and looked good, but just didn't have the quantity of canes like we have this year. You know, we might have had about 4 or 5 last year, whereas this year we can see, I haven't counted them, but there's a good fair few, and they're surprisingly wind resistant as well. They do hold up well to strong winds, considering how high they are and how big the leaves actually are, because the leaves are sort of probably 1.5 to 2 foot long and a good 2 or 3 inches wide, and they really do hold up to the wind quite well. I think I've actually only lost one that sort of fell over, and we can just see it at the back of the bananas there, so that's fell over. But in general I find that they are do stand up quite well to the wind, and it probably does help that I've got the fence behind them so they can sort of rest against that. So I mean, I've never had one snap against the fence, but I mean, I suppose it could be an issue if the wind was strong enough, but in general that does tend to support them quite well. So yeah, if you've got one, bit of patience and they will reward you with some good size. And if you haven't got one, why not? They're, like I say, in my eyes, I'd rather have these than bamboo any day. And in general they are evergreen. It's only when you get sort of below -4, -5 for prolonged periods they will defoliate. But again, that even from the -6/7 we had last winter, that doesn't actually kill them, it just defoliates, and that grows back into a, like we looked at earlier, just a sort of scruffy mess of small leaves, which again you could propagate if you don't like that look. Right, we'll leave it there. Thanks for watching.